Welcome back to that. Yes, welcome back to this week's YouTube Live and the podcast. You can tell this ain't pre-recorded. Welcome back. This week we got Jay with us. Welcome back, JayBird.
Hey man, how you?
Man, you surviving this high humidity, high temp in Georgia?
Yeah,
Man,
you can't. I mean, it's been hot. Don't get me wrong, but we have had a lot of rain this year.
I know. The humidity is insane. And for the people that don't know what humidity is, it's like taking a shower, drying off, and then walking back outside to be in the shower. And it's hard to breathe. So it's been very hot and a lot of rain. And the forecast for the rest of the week is Friday rain, Saturday rain, Sunday rain, Monday rain, Tuesday rain. Like, we're going to get a lot of it.
Yep.
And that's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be good for us, or we're going to be in a drought, or it's going to be hurricane season and 1,000 degrees.
Yep.
So, who knows? But you've been doing good, man?
Yeah, it's I ain't been what 3 weeks, 2 weeks got off the shutdown, so it ain't been too bad. It could have been a lot better, but it could have been a lot worse too.
Well, that's good. So, Jay is the first guest that I've had on with the new software. So, supposedly and looking pretty good right now. Everything's working. I didn't know that I had to actually answer the call when he joined. He usually falls into the green room, and this new software, I actually had to answer the call. So, still learning it. It's all new, but we getting it. Jay, you hadn't been on since I got the new deer camera here. Now, check this out. Now, with this new software, I can switch us to the yard. The backyard, there's fresh corn out there. I just filled up the deer feeder. And now, while we're live, if we see something on, everybody can see it, which is pretty cool. About 20 minutes ago, there was a big old hawk came and landed on the pool out there and started drinking some water. So that was really cool. But
Day?
no, I wasn't off today. No.
All around us got some really really heavy rain, but it didn't.
Yeah,
It didn't do it.
we didn't get nothing. It looked like it was mostly Columbia and below got some pretty rough storms. But yeah, they talking about who knows what might happen this weekend and stuff. So definitely starting off the program, ladies. If there's any ladies watching, Father's Day is Sunday, and it would be a great time to buy your man something. 12 gauge, 20 gauge. I mean, they can't go wrong with 12 or 20 gauge. I mean, pretty much everybody's got a 12 and a 20. So, I mean. Jay done gave up the 12 gauge.
I can't do that no more.
I'm
I actually
still.
went picked up some chokes. What day was it? Friday? Yeah, last Friday I went and picked some up, and I had to stop today and pick another one up, a 28 gauge.
Uh huh. So, I recorded a video this past weekend. I went down to the Watery, South Carolina DNR Watery skeet range, and I took 3 guns with me because a friend of mine was going, and I wanted to see if these old humpback shotguns could do anything. Dude, I brought a Savage, which was the
Worst one?
Western Auto. It was Western Auto brand, but Savage was the one that made it. It doesn't have a serial number, so it had to be made between, and it was aluminum, so it had to be made between 1940 something and 1960. So this gun is 80 something years old. ran like a daggone sewing machine. Now, I'm talking about smoking clays. I took a Remington Model 11, which could be older or around the same age, and then I took a Browning FN Belgium. And to tell you the truth, now they kick like a daggone mule. I'm not even gonna lie about that. But I feel like I busted more clays with them old guns than my new semi-auto. Like I'm thinking to myself, ought you be using one of these things for duck hunting? Because, dude, I'm telling you, I was smoking clays. But them old guns are not chrome line barrels, and you can't shoot nothing new through them. I think you can shoot some bismuth through them, but you can't.
Yeah. It's gonna be about the same thing as lead.
Yeah, but the way things are going right now, hell, I can't even get no bismuth.
Yeah.
Well, you can get it. You just got to be. Are you willing to pay for it?
I still haven't. What I was gonna reload this year. I'm probably not gonna be able to get it because there's only one vendor I could find that had what I was wanting. Because I like to load the nickel, and I don't know if they're even gonna have it back there.
Yeah, I found some bismuth and I looked at the prices and I said, "Oh my goodness!" I mean, bismuth is almost TSS prices right now. I mean, at this moment, I have a half a box of bismuth, I have 2 shells of TSS, and I have a ton of steel. And I do not whatsoever want to shoot steel. But it looks like that's probably what I'm going to have to be using is steel, and I'm not liking it.
Yeah, I'm about 2 pounds that I've got from last year.
Of TSS?
I've got about 3 pounds of it left.
Yeah.
You can see that or not.
Yeah, but 3 pounds at an ounce, if you loaded at an ounce, then, Salt Creek, he loading his is more than an ounce, his straight TSS. But if you were loading straight TSS at an ounce, you're only talking 16 shells per pound. So in theory, I mean, you got 48 shells right there in that one container. That's why we're duplexing it with steel to make it go. We're trying to spread the wealth.
Can you see me on there?
Yeah, I can see. A face only a mother would love.
Yeah. Normally it's popped up and I can see myself in the bottom right corner, but I don't see it. I guess it's this new program you got.
It probably is. So what do you see? You see me?
And I see it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it looks like on your end. Nah, we got your smiling face on camera. Now streaming in high quality. I think it's 1044 or something. It's definitely higher than 1080p. So, hey, we're coming on up. Maybe. Did you watch any of the girls' softball?
I saw some of it. I got a guy that works for me that he's got kids that plays ball and all, and I could most definitely get the highlights from him every day because he was watching it pretty hard.
Well, I watched it and I went to the Savannah Banana game, and I didn't get to watch the tail end of it. And man, I really was pulling for Texas Tech, but man, they let Texas come back and whoop up on them pretty hard. But I was pretty shocked. I really was. But now is college boys baseball, so that kicks off. It's already kicked off with the regionals and super regionals. Now they're down to the last couple games before the World Series.
Yep.
So I'm definitely watching 2 people on this list of. I'm going to share that screen out. I definitely don't know what's going to happen to your screen when what you might see. Uh, but you're still up on mine, so that's all that matters. So, do you see my screen pulled up? Okay. Well, it'd probably be so little you probably couldn't see it anyway. But Friday starts off the games again, and you got Arizona that is not ranked playing Coastal Carolina. So, Coastal Carolina is a South Carolina team down there near Myrtle Beach, Conway area. And a couple years ago, they played their way in and won the World Series. So, you got to pull for your state. And I say that, but I never pull for Clemson. I can't pull for Clemson. Uh, yeah, I pull for my state as long as there's anybody but Clemson. And then Friday you got Louisville and Oregon State, and then this little rinky-dink town college baseball team that's called Murray State, out of the middle of nowhere. I mean, their division hardly nobody even knows about. I mean, this is like the Bad News Bears kind of team. Man, they came out and played a heck of a game the other day, and they punched their way into coming out here and playing. Honestly, I'm pulling for them. This is their first time ever making it to the championship. And I think I saw their school. I mean, it looks like a high school baseball. I mean, it is small. So I'm definitely pulling for Coastal and Murray. That would be a very interesting game if that happened. Time will tell. But you got Murray State playing UCLA. And then Saturday you got LSU and Arkansas. And LSU's 6th and Arkansas is ranked 3rd. So that definitely will be a very interesting game. But we shall see. I'm pulling for Coastal Carolina and Murray State. Hopefully my predictions will be better than lady softball, because I did a whole bracket for lady softball and I should have just thrown it in the trash on week 1 because it was terrible. I mean, like, terrible. But I asked ChatGPT who did it think was going to win. So it thinks the top teams is LSU, Tennessee Volunteers, which ain't even in it. So ChatGPT must be confused. That's what I thought was funny. I asked who was going to win the College World Series, and it puts a couple teams in there that isn't even in this year's countdown of winners. So that goes to show you that ChatGPT don't always get it right. But I got something here. You got a new camera. That's going to be something we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about this camera, which I'm going to then switch back to. I'm going to switch back to us. So you got your new trail camera this year.
Yeah, so the story behind it is, after duck season last year, me and a couple of guys from work decided, instead of just going one time a year and trying to book an outfitter somewhere and go for 3 days or doing something like that, we decided that we'd go ahead and just rent a pit in Arkansas for the whole season. And so the next dilemma that we had after we decided what we was going to do and where we was going to go and all that stuff was, the next problem is the pit that we leased is over 500 miles from, well, it's 500 miles from me. I would say it's well over 400 for them, but it's over 500 for me. So the next problem was going to be what we were going to do about how to scout it, because you don't want to just
show up
not knowing if any birds are there. Is it going to be worth the trip up there? So I started trying to go through and figure out, because you're not going to be able to call up there to the outfitter, and he's not going to be able to have guides that goes out every day and guide and scout the fields. And they got their own stuff that they got to try to hunt too. So I got to thinking about what to do with it. And about 2 months ago, another guy that I watch sometimes on YouTube, he posted a video of a trail camera that the company had sent him, and he wanted to try it just to see how it works. And it is a solar powered, no batteries. And any of you, most people that's gonna watch this channel, deer hunt or duck hunt or turkey hunt or something, and they've got trail cameras of some type. Batteries are a joke, especially when it's cold.
Oh yeah, especially you talking duck season, which would be you gonna basically put it out in October, November, December, January.
So I was trying to figure out what would work. So we come up with the idea of I came up with the idea. I wanted to try a 360 live camera. And so I got to researching some of them, and then he posted that on one of his channels before turkey season come in, and I said, I think that's going to be the ticket. So this camera is completely solar powered, no batteries.
Right.
It's supposed to last a full year. It has a solar panel screen on the original ones that they came out with, the solar panel mounted on top of the camera itself. Now they have a separate cord, so if you want to face the camera one way and face the solar panel another way, you can do it that way. But it's 355 degrees, panning left and right. It'll go straight down. It'll go almost all the way straight up, but it pans 355 degrees around you. And it's a live camera, and it works off of Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile service. So whichever one it can pick up is the service that it uses.
So I got it pulled up on the screen now. So Zoo Peak, is that the name of it? Zoo Peak. TC29 2.5K 4G 360 degree cellular solar live feed trail camera.
27 or 29?
This one's 27. Which one did you get?
27 is what I got.
Okay. Yeah, it's 27. So it says watching the live stream anytime. 300.
So you down? Go ahead.
I'm just reading on the website. 360 degrees all round view. Control it by your phone. 2.K quality, which is really high. And it says it has 365 days of working, built-in battery and solar panel with loop recording.
So it's got a built-in, so it doesn't have to have Wi-Fi.
Right. So it says upgrade unlimited data plan with the 2027B, which I would imagine you probably would have to have with that kind of quality. It's got night vision, which, hey, I will not. Okay, hey Jeff, welcome to the show tonight. I would typically say I don't call people out for misspelling because I am the world's worst at misspelling. But they misspelled night on here. It's color night vision.
Yeah.
So it's got a 6-watt solar panel, real-time alerts. Motion detection, 2-way talk. So hey, maybe you can start calling to the ducks and geese while you're out there.
What's probably gonna freak out the guys that's if they're ever up there one time and I'm not with them, I'll be able to talk to them.
Well, that's true. I mean, And one good thing, you could always get that to your wife, and she can make sure you're safe out there too.
Yeah, and
Good.
also a lot of people also use it instead of just using it as a game camera. They use a lot of people are using them for security cameras.
Right. So it's got a video here that's playing on the screen here, 360 degrees without blind spots, and they got it attached to a tree. So there ain't no way that thing can go 360 degrees around that video. But that's a pretty good picture of this deer eating here, for sure.
I've been looking at it before I decided to pull the trigger and buy one of them, but
so a 10,400 milliamp battery, which is that's pretty good to be in that little teeny camera. 3 vision modes. It says this trail camera offers 3 visions, 2 for night and 1 for day. It can switch between based on ambient light. The white mode provides color and night vision, while infrared offers black and white footage without alerting wildlife. And that's what my camera has out in the woods. It uses infrared, and man, I'm telling you, them deer and raccoons and everything else never have a problem with it. So it says it's got infrared night vision and super night vision. That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, infrared and it's got color night vision.
So it has the SIM card, unlimited data, only available in the United States. So it's got 4 different plans here. You get unlimited for 30 days, 180 days, 360 days, and then 720 days, which would be a year and a half. But I do like the fact that you could do 180 days. Basically, you could do one whole season of whatever you're hunting. Like if you were just doing deer season, you could pay for, just deer season.
Yep.
Comes with first 300 megabytes of free data in a month, upgrade unlimited data, no restrictions.
Yep. I think I'm probably going to do the unlimited, and here's why. Because once duck season's over with, I can bring it home and mount it on something and use it as a security camera.
Right. So it says automatically connects to the best LTE network in your location. So in the U.S., it's going to use Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, which it then has Canada and Australia and Europe signals on there too. It's very interesting for sure.
I'm really anxious to see. Like I say, I'm going to take and use it here at the house just to get used to it, to see how it works and stuff like that. And then by the time I get ready to take it up there, I've already got the bugs worked out, so I know exactly how to work it, run it, control it.
So I mean, basically, it's $20 a month if you just did bi-monthly, and 180 days is $100. I mean, that's actually cheaper than a cell phone plan for unlimited. And that's very interesting that you can look at it live.
Yeah, so the way it works is when you open the camera, it's got a barcode in it that you scan with your phone, and it automatically downloads the app for you. So once you get the camera set up and you click on your cell phone to go to the app, when it opens up, it's live right then. It's showing you whatever's going on live, and all the reviews that I've watched from different people, there is I don't even know if it's a 1 second delay on it.
I mean, now I know this is on their website, and people sometimes do fake that. But with the reviews on their website, there's 530 people that commented. 99.6% give it a 5-star. And then 0.4 which is 2 people, gave it a 4-star, and nobody's gave it a 3 or 2 or 1. So I mean, that's usually if it stinks, somebody's gonna come and complain about it. And there's a lot of comments on how people are really liking that camera.
And you can't beat the price of it.
I mean, this one person got it in their chicken coop.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that brand before.
I hadn't until I saw it. I had seen a couple of times that had popped up, and then when he posted that video after they sent him one, and that live feature, I'm like, I got to check into this.
Yeah. Now it says it's on sale right now for $169.
No, it's actually cheaper than that right now.
Really? This is off their website. If you don't use the follow, it says Father's Day automatically 20% off.
Yeah, I got mine for $139.
That's a $30 savings.
Yep.
Which they have a 6-pack. Boy, that would be. I wonder if that would be. I wonder if you could use a share plan on that, or would it be unlimited?
Yeah, see, I don't think they do because, and I'm not gonna call the company out, but I do have a share plan on the 8 cameras that I got, and they work great. I don't have any problems out of them. The only problem I have is they don't have a live function.
Right.
They run off of batteries, that is the live function, and the solar panel, no batteries, is the complete selling point for that camera for me.
Yeah, and when I clicked on the 8-pack or the 6-pack, it doesn't. I don't see right off the bat where it says anything about share.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing about the ones that I've got is they talk back and forth.
Right.
And I've had real good luck with mine. You know, if you've got them, I'm gonna say, well, where I got them at right now during turkey season, where I had them, one of them was probably, I'm gonna say 700 or 800 yards from the major camera that it talks to, and I never had any trouble getting pictures from it.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, well, it's going to be very interesting to see how that works out for you. You know, there's a difference in recording deer and trying to get waterfowl to get a good picture, for it to detect. But at least, like you said, it's got the live. So say we're just gonna say sunrise is at 6:30 in Arkansas, you can actually log in at 6:30 and see what live is. Even though it might not be motion, you can look in the sky. You should be able to hear and everything else.
Anything on the water.
Right. So you haven't even took it out of the box yet.
Yeah, I'll be to the point to where I can check it every hour if I want to.
Yeah.
And it's even got I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's even got a QC sticker on it where it was quality control check before it was boxed up.
Let's see the front of that, top of that.
Can you see it right there?
Pick it up just here. Yeah. Got a coyote on it or a wolf.
Coyote, I think is what it is. I think that's what it is. I guess it might be a wolf. But yeah, it's
that'd be interesting to see a wolf on the camera.
Yeah.
That'd be like me trying to catch a wolf. It'd be very rare.
In my deer hunting around here. So this is a true unboxing because I haven't even took the outside packing off of it yet. And you have to cut through the QC sticker to be able to open it. So
They want to make sure don't nobody return it.
Evidently.
Which, I imagine they all got SIM cards in them. So I mean,
Yeah, and that's another thing about it too is I noticed uh, everybody that all the reviews that I watched, you can't get to the SIM card to take it out. I don't think. I think
yeah,
where you can't get to it. I
right.
mean,
That's most like most cell phones nowadays. They make it where they don't even have. They call them eSIMs, electronic SIMs and stuff.
so I don't know if you can see what that is or not, but those are templates.
Yeah, I see that.
You can put it on a post, or if you want to mount it on the side of the house, it comes with a template, so you can
What are you thinking?
already.
A T post?
Yeah, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a 4x4
Mm,
where we're gonna put it at. Now on
yeah.
my up here, I may do something a little different. There's the barcode that you scan and all, and it tells you on there. Let me put my old man glasses on.
I'm almost there. I am almost. Actually, I probably need readers, but I'm afraid if I got readers, how clear things probably would look, and then I would have to rely on it.
Yeah, it says simply scan the QR code for further instructions and professional online support. Contact us to extend your warranty to 24 months. So once you scan that QR code, it automatically registers the camera,
Right.
and that's 30 days starts with it. And it's got a complete book right here with it that's tells you like a quick guide or something.
Right. I just noticed you got the new shirt on.
Oh yeah,
Is that the Boykin one?
these newer shirts that you come out with, they're pretty cool shirts.
You might have to turn around and let me see the back of that. I ain't even seen the back of it.
Did you see it right there?
Yeah, that's a good looking shirt right there, boy. Stand up because it cuts the words off. Yeah, chasing bands. I like that.
Yeah, these are pretty cool. So there's your soul, if you can see that.
Yeah.
There's the back of it. So it's got like a clip that, like if you're gonna put it on a post, like I was talking about, you screw the other half of it to the
Mm-hmm.
post, it snaps in, and it's
It
got
definitely is. It's definitely going to be interesting. I wonder when you join it live, will you see the battery percentage?
I think that is one of the options. I think. Now I don't quote me on that because I ain't gonna swear about that because I ain't got far enough into it yet. But I think so. But you can see it's got a camouflage pattern on it.
Yeah.
You know what camouflage pattern is my heart and soul. But anyway,
Was that Mossberg?
no, it ain't mossy oak. I'm not. It's probably not like a like a
Well, yeah, they probably didn't use a real name. Yeah.
if you want to strap it to a tree.
True. I was looking to see if they had a manual on here. I'm sure they do somewhere.
It's in here. Well, it's supposed to be in here because all the reviews that I've watched says that it's got a manual in 3 languages: English, German, and French. I think is what it is. There's the little brackets that I was talking about, as far as your solar panel where you put it
Right.
on, and then there's a cord, like if you wanted to. It's got a USB cord. I'm not sure what that's for yet. It even comes with a pair of tweezers where you put your micro SD card in with.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found the manual here. It don't look very complicated at all.
I don't think it is. I hope it ain't. So there's the camera.
It just blows my mind that thing's got that much of a battery in that little teeny thing, though.
See, it does pan and up and down.
Yeah.
So it will go straight down, but it won't go straight up.
Yeah.
That's about it I'm getting out of it. But now I'm not saying that it won't, but it does go straight down, and it's got your little ears for your detect the service with. That's the
That'd be
back of it.
definitely have to place that where you can see in the sky somehow.
Put a little on it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
That is the best that I'm seeing. That is the only manual that come with it. But I was thinking that some of the guys that was doing it said that
Yeah, I got it
well,
pulled up here. I throw it on the
I don't
screen.
I don't care if it's in German or French or not because I don't need it
No.
anyway.
Well, I told it to. There we go. Oh, I can zoom up on this thing somehow. Well,
And I don't know if you can tell it or not, but on the very front of it, it's got like a clear plastic over the
right.
lenses.
Keep it from scratching.
Well, there was one of the guys that did a review on it. He put it in the woods, and he didn't realize that it had the plastic on it, and
Forgot to take it off.
he couldn't figure out why he was getting pictures, and all the pictures had like a blue haze to it. He couldn't figure out what it was, and then he finally realized that it was because he had never pulled the plastic off of it.
It is pretty cool. I got the manual pulled up here. It's got the lens and then the dual light source and the light sensor and then the microphone. So it's got a micro SD card slot,
Yeah.
a reset button, speaker on off, power charging port. So that Type C is the adapter for the charging port. Indicator lights, lens, antenna. It says download the app, insert the SIM card, scan it and connect. That's pretty much it.
It's got I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's the very bottom of the camera, and that's where you
Let me
micro.
get back to you. Hold on. All right. Yeah.
That's where right there is where your micro SD card goes in, and where your wire for your solar panel goes into the bottom of that, and it's all waterproof.
Well, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see when you get that online. I wonder how many people can look at it at the same time.
No, I'm sorry, I told you wrong. That's not where it plugs in at. It plugs in right here.
Mm. What's
It's got
that
a
orange say?
It's it says SIM card built in. That's where your SIM card's at.
Mm.
But you can't take it's rubber sealed, and
They probably, because I saw where it says this is the updated version, so they probably used the same mold and just sealed it where you can't take it in and out.
And that right there is where your micro SD and your solar panel plug in at.
Yeah.
Plug them in, you just close it back up. It's completely. I mean, it's I can't. It's IP66 waterproof or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see how it does. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty neat, and it does have a hole in the top. If you want to mount the solar panel to the top of it, like the original ones, you can put the solar panel on top of it, or you can run the wire and have your camera facing one way and have your solar panel facing the other way.
I wonder how that affects the signal with it on top.
Some of the guys that I noticed that did reviews on it said that they didn't have real good cell phone service in their area, and so they noticed that if they turned one up and one down, that it seemed like it picked up better. Now, whether that's the case or not, I don't know, but there was some of the guys that was on there that did say that.
Which I'm gonna pull their website back up. They got a bunch of cameras, like a bunch of model of cameras, and then they got Wi-Fi cameras, and then standard trail non-Wi-Fi, I guess, which would be just typical SD cards. Yeah, they seem like they got a bunch of cameras.
I'm really interested to see. I hadn't had the time to mess with it like I want to yet because it's grass cutting season and pool season and
I
every kind.
completely, 100% understand that statement. I mean, unlike the rest of us, Jeff got a new lawnmower. We didn't get a new lawnmower.
Get a new one.
You'd think Jeff would come cut our grass for us.
Thank you, Wood.
Yeah, I just wish somebody come and weed eat.
No, I ain't into weed eating.
I just need somebody to put out some grass killer. And I'd be glad to put the grass killer out if it would ever stop raining.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I buy is I go to Tractor Supply. They've got a 5-gallon jug, a 2.5-gallon jug, and then they've got one. I'm not sure what size it is, but it's not. I'm gonna say it's less than a gallon. I really can't remember what it was, but it's Farm Works 41% glyphosate.
Really?
I've been buying it for the last probably 10 years. I do my food plots with it. I've done all kinds of stuff with it.
Wow.
It's good stuff.
Your garden doing
And
good?
it looks healthy, but it's not producing like it's supposed to. I don't know if it's. We went from not really even having a spring straight into summer.
I agree on that one.
From 30 and 40 degree weather to 90 degree weather.
Yeah, 90 degrees, and then when you add in the humidity, the real feel is like 95 and 97 degrees.
Craziest turkey season, which I didn't get to hunt as much this year as I normally hunt, but this was the craziest turkey season by the weather because normally during turkey season in the spring, there's a couple during season that I'm planning on going hunting and I don't go hunting because it's flood and rain.
Yeah.
We didn't ever do that until turkey season was almost over. And once it started raining, it ain't quit.
It's definitely been some. I agree. Turkey season was very, very weird this year. I also agree that we have went straight into full summer. But I told somebody this the other day. Hey, this coming Sunday, it's Father's Day. We're in the middle of June. Literally Sunday, we're in the middle of June. And then that means we're almost in the middle of the year. Which means we're getting closer back to waterfowl season, but
That's true. I've got one obstacle in September, and after that's over with, I shouldn't be crazy on working, so we'll see.
Which South Carolina changed their rules this year. We're only going to get 8 days of teal season.
I've heard that's what Georgia's
early teal season.
Yeah, I've heard 8 days, and then I heard 9 days, but I don't. You won't know for sure with us until I think it's July 1st. I think is what it is.
Right. Which I'm really surprised that they released the information early this year. I mean, I usually give South Carolina DNR heck because they don't really release it to end of July, even though the rules and regs come out in July when they're official. They don't release them until the catalog comes out, which they're printing it. Which this year they knocked it out of the park. They released all the dates early, so I can't complain. Maybe they got a new social media person.
Right, it's very possible.
Yeah. But who knows? We shall see. That's what me and my buddy was talking about earlier. We was planning, what we're gonna do for early till. I'm like, well, heck, it's kind of a little hard to plan because you don't know what the weather's gonna be like. Last teal season, um, was in September, like early teal for us. But me and him went down there and hunted. The day that night, the hurricane came through. So it was just coming through Georgia when we went to sleep. It was already past us by the time we got down there. The devastation of trees. We almost couldn't get to the landing. I mean, it was crazy. And then, all that started with North Carolina. And I mean, it was just downhill after that. But I mean, it's crazy to think that hurricane's almost a year.
It's been a while.
This past weekend I got my generator ready for hurricane season this year. I took all which a generator, they are great, but if you don't run them, the time you need them they don't run because of the crappy gas that we have. Even if you put additives in them, we got crappy gas these days.
Ethanol free in mine. I put it in my boats too.
Yeah, and that's what I run too, non-ethanol. But that gas was a year old. I mean, I didn't run it other than going out there and cranking it up and letting the generator just run. That's hard to go through a whole tank. So I made a little pump and siphoned all the fuel out of it, and I put that in my lawnmower, and then went and got brand new fuel and added it to additive. So this year I had no fuel. But that's why I've been telling people now's the time to start preparing, because it usually gonna hit Florida, Georgia, or South Carolina or North Carolina.
We'll probably get at least one now.
Oh, absolutely.
We've been fairly lucky. Well, we weren't lucky last year, but usually 9 times out of 10, it's gonna hook around and go into the Gulf, and we usually get the clean side of it if it makes it this far up the coast. But
right,
you are subject to get one to hit anywhere from Jacksonville, Daytona, somewhere through there, all the way up. Where you like to go duck hunting at?
Absolutely, out in the marshes, most stinky marshes. I've been playing with the TV behind me with the photos scrolling, which you can't see, but I got photos scrolling now, just hunting and stuff. And say that again.
See the TV.
Oh, you can see TV. Okay, you can see me. You just couldn't see when I brought the other screen on. Yeah. So the photos have been scrolling and stuff, and my wife's been looking at them. She's like, "Man, them marsh pictures are so beautiful." I'm like, the marsh in the low country is so. I mean, it's just spectacular. But oh my gosh, that puff mud stinks. I told her, I said I could smell the puff mud through the photo. That's how bad. That's how bad that puff mud smells.
It does stink.
Yeah, the more you walk around in it, the more you stir it up, the more it stinks. But I so miss it, man. I am so ready. I'm gonna order me some silhouettes. I was actually had it pulled up yesterday. I just never put my credit card information in to pay for it. But I'm gonna get me some goose silhouettes. Cause I got a lot of full bodies, and where I hunt, one particular place is good for full bodies, but you try to go anywhere else, you're not toting full bodies. I mean, they are full body. I mean, head, everything.
What were you looking at?
I was looking at this is the one I'm looking at. Let me pull it up. I have never heard of them. Let's see if I can pull them up on this.
I does silhouettes, and they usually got pretty good prices.
Yeah, I looked at them. Let's see. Well, I got them pulled up on my tablet. I'm trying to search for them on the internet. Because they're really good price.
Yeah.
But I don't see the website.
I buy a lot of stuff from Rogers, and I know you buy stuff from Rogers too.
Yeah. Rogers got... I got a pair of Roger waders, brand new in the box. I ain't never wore them, and I mean they're super nice. So Rogers, if you're watching and you want to sponsor the channel, I would be glad.
Good advertisement.
Yeah.
They'll run a huge waterfowl sale in August, and they'll have real good prices. And then another place that I've looked at is Central. They have really some stuff.
All right, this is the one that I found, and like I said, I don't know nothing about them. So it's Skyfly decoys. And they got a lot. They do a lot of socks and stuff like that. But I was looking at these silhouettes. You can get a dozen silhouette, and they're flocked heads, so their heads are flocked. You can get a dozen right now for $49.
Dang.
And I was looking at 2 dozen. But I mean, which, like I said, you can't see on the screen but I mean, they look just like pretty much everything else I've ever hunted over. So, I mean, I've never heard of this. And when I went to the About page, and there's a bunch of YouTube videos on this company, but it's mostly on their socks and stuff. It's a 213 area code, and I can't remember where that was. I think it was like Michigan or something. Where was that? It's up. It says Los Angeles 213. I better order that before this week.
You might not get those right now.
Los Angeles ain't doing too good, is it?
No, it ain't.
Yeah, I mean, Los Angeles, I might not even get my package.
If you get a chance, though, look up that Decoy Central, too. And I think it's in, don't quote me on this, but I want to say it's in Arkansas, Missouri, something like that.
DecoyCentral.com. Spend less and hunt more. That's what I'm talking about. Is that where you got yours from?
That's where I got some of what I got from.
It's crazy. Full body prices. Full body prices. 4 full bodies, $100. Oof. But you know, that's probably pretty good too, because full bodies, they take up a lot of space.
Oh yeah.
I don't see silhouettes on here though.
They had I knew they got what do they call them? Super blocks or something like that. But I thought they had silhouettes on there too.
I see it's got floaters. Maybe field decoys. It's probably up under field. Yeah, field decoys. They got spec silhouettes. And fully flocked Canadians. And them are $89. You know, that probably drives people crazy when I say that sometimes. Because I say Canada Goose and just Goose and then Canadians and whatever comes off the top of my head. Jeff says better off with wind socks, silhouette, color wash, or shine. And I could have probably agreed with that, Jeff. I don't think we had the wind for wind socks. I mean, for the most part.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely not around me. We don't get much wind in the wintertime, which I know he's out west there. I'm sure they get wind every day, but dude, majority of the time when we go duck hunting, that water is smooth as ice. I mean, it is slick. So Jeff says snow goose hunters love that skyfly cheap and hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My boy can
I got another trick. I'm gonna try a real foot trick this year.
Buffy, sit, lay, thank you. Yeah, I seen people painting them black. Now up in Reelfoot Lake, they were using all kind of black stuff floating in the water. Don't put me past making something. But I just painted a ton of decoys last year, just spray painting them flat black, and made a bunch of ring necks and bluebills out of them. But yeah.
Those are gonna be black. I'm gonna try to take, because the outfitter told me, I texted him, I don't know, I guess it was 2-3 months ago, and was asking him about numbers as far as decoys, and he told us that he wouldn't show up with any less than 200 decoys.
Yeah, which I got some for you. I just gotta give them to you, which should be coming up. So Jeff said check out Bolt Decoy Club. He put company, but when I googled it, I think it's club. Yeah, Bolt Decoy Club. Hey, you can get 6 full bodies for $139. You know, I got my full bodies on a heck of a deal. It comes with a sad story with it, but I was searching around on Facebook Marketplace, and right above me in town of Fort Mill, this lady had all these decoys, and I'm talking about full bodies, the geese with the half. I would call them half bodies, but they were just the holes where you can stack them on top of each other. All kind of duck decoys, and I told her, I was like, hey, I'll buy all your full bodies, which I think there were like 18 full bodies, and I go meet her, and she's like, yeah, my husband was a big time goose hunter, and I bought all the decoys, even the non-full body. She was like, yeah, he died a couple months ago, and I just want to get rid of him because I want somebody that enjoys goose hunting. And I bet you I've had them things 3 years. And so I don't even know the man's name. I don't even know how old the man was because the lady wasn't old. Her son, she says she has some boys, but they don't hunt. And she said, I just want somebody that's going to use them. So, Mr. Man, whoever you are, I shoot geese over them every single year, and I love the full bodies. But they are not easy when you want to go set up on the other side of the pasture.
No.
I mean, you putting full bodies down your arms like this, and you're walking across the field toting them, and by the time you get to the other side of the field, you're pretty tired. But my plan is to still use the full bodies where I mostly goose hunt, and then use the silhouettes to fill in something big. I'm gonna try something this year. I'm gonna try a dozen and a half of the silhouettes mixed in with them full bodies. It's either gonna do one or two things. The geese are gonna fly over and say, holy crap, it's a party right there? Or are they going to be like, that is so many geese out there that can't be real? Like, I'm going to give them the cemetery geese spread. Because that's where our geese are, is in the cemetery. The old cracker geese, where everybody goes out there and feeds them bread. You go out there, regardless of the day, 30, 40 geese out there. And that's what I'm going to give them. I'm going to give them the cemetery spread. or are they just going to fly over and be like, there ain't that many geese in the whole town. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at this Bulk Company Club. That's the first time I ever heard of it. And it's got free shit. It says free shipping on all decoys always.
Daggone.
Yeah, I would imagine full decoys, that'd be pretty rough on shipping because you ain't getting too many of them in a box.
Yeah. I think the next thing I'm gonna get up, I done bought way too many decoys as it is, but I think the next thing I'm gonna get, I got a duck call that I got that I'm gonna put up, but I think you was gonna have hope on tonight, and harlot that they say. I think I want one of those harlots.
So tonight was Hoke, Thomas Hoke from Hoke Outdoors, which he's now working for a duck call manufacturer too. But he is a big time kayak duck hunter, and he's got some puppies that he's bred, and we definitely will talk about that when he comes on. But he had to meet some people for a dog, so he was like, I can't make it tonight. So next week, Thomas is going to be on. But I did get some new stuff in from Tideweed today. I got a new blind in, and I got a hunting outfit. So I'm highly interested in trying these out. So I'm going to throw that up on the screen. I don't know. I haven't even took them out of the box yet.
For the price, they're
oh man, their jackets, their heated jackets is my favorite thing. I mean, their heated waders are daggone top notch, but that daggone jacket, oh my gosh.
I got the vest. I didn't get the jacket. I got the vest.
Right.
And we don't get the cold weather here that they get in Missouri, Nebraska, and all that. I normally can hunt wood ducks around here and put that on under it and cut it on low and put a hoodie or something on, and I'm good.
Yeah. So, like I said, I hadn't took it out of the box yet, but it's one of these blinds. It's one of the new 360s, but I'm not sure which one it is. I know it's got a full door on it, but both of these have the full door, so I don't know which one it is yet. But I'm definitely going to be doing some product reveals on it. Going to be doing some videos on that for deer season. And then I got the hunting outfit, which is like their outfit, and it is like super, super soft. Like there is no rubbing it together to make a sound. So I'm really interested in that. But one new thing that Tideweeds came out with, Jay, that I don't know if you've seen it yet. Check this out. And I just noticed it this week. They have now got the heated gloves.
Oh.
Which now, like I said, I got it pulled up and you just can't see it on the screen. But they got heated gloves now. It looks like it's got 100% waterproof. So it looks like it's got a waterproof zipper. It's got the button that we're used to on our jackets. And they're heated.
I've got it.
Right now, it's showing that they're out of stock, but obviously it's not winter time. But
I just don't have the Tideweed ones. I do have some of those, and they do work good.
Right.
But I know last year, so you would know it, but most people wouldn't know it. I have a whole lot of problems with my hands when it gets cold, like really, really bad problems. And I started wearing the decoy gloves last year,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't really have any more problems out of that last year.
What
Now,
size
granted,
gloves
I,
you?
I
Well,
wasn't hunting
about
in.
you probably got big hands like me. I got a
I mean,
pair. I got a pair of them waterproof decoy gloves, and they too small for my hand.
now the ones that I got are, and I'm not even going. Uh, I wasn't gonna say what brand they are because I don't want to tell a lie. I think they're banded. I think,
Hmm.
but large is what they are, and they go almost all the way to your elbow.
Dang.
But last year, I noticed last year when I wore them things, I didn't have problems with my hands. Now, if my hands ever get cold, I'll have a problem with nothing else. But if my hands ever get cold, that's pretty much it. Because I can't run a shotgun, I can't pull a trigger. I mean, it's over with.
Oh man, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I am. I'm laughing at Jeff's comment, which Jeff's comment just got flagged by the Nightbot. But that's funny. Um, Jeff, because I had the pictures of gloves up there, and Jeff said, "Man, those gloves would be nice to take a pee with in them cold mornings." And then the night bot said, "Come on, stop," and gave a warning emoji. Jeff, we all know about them duck hunting cold mornings. I tell you, trying,
Yeah,
whew, and trying to hunt out of a kayak or a boat and that is tough because you got to take
yeah.
your jacket off, then you got to take your suspenders off. Like I said, I do have a new pair of waders that's got the full zip, but
You remember 2 years ago was when I first tried the kayak deal, and it turned out good.
yeah,
But if I would have done if I would have done what I had intended on doing to start with, I was going to cross a pond and get on the other side and get out of the boat and shoot, which would have been fine. But everybody just kept telling me, "We worried about you going by yourself in a kayak." And I mean, they had done got me so worried about it. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to stay in it. If I would have got out of it like I had planned on and got where I was wanting to get, I'd have limited out the first 5 minutes. I mean,
yeah.
it would have been, but shooting out of a kayak, I gained a whole new respect for people that hunt out of a kayak because
Now, now my
I don't
new
know,
kayak is way more stable than my old one.
but with me, the one that I was in, I could shoot from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and that was it.
Yep.
If it was any further to the right, any further to the left, or if it was too high, that was it. You wasn't pulling the trigger.
Buffy, Buffy, get over here and sit down before you get into something. Like my boykins in here walking around doing something. Ain't no tell. She got into a Ziploc bag the other day, and I came up here. There were screws all in the floor. I don't know what she was trying to build. You know, that's one thing I worry about is if the wife comes up here or whatever, that she would get a hold of one of these ducks. But so far, knock on knock on some wood, she ain't messed with the taxidermist part. But that's what I always be wondering about. Is she gonna get up here and mess something up? But
Yeah, you was
most of that puppy stage is out.
talking about dogs earlier. My brother-in-law's got 3 lab puppies left, and I've got a guy that works for me that's got, I think he's got 2 labs left.
Mm.
And
Now's the time.
the two that the guy that I work with got left, I'm 99% sure his are yellow lab. They're female. Now my
Yeah.
brother-in-law's, he had 3 left. I'm assuming he's still got 3 left, but he had black lab.
Yeah. Well, anything else going on this week that you know of?
I hope not.
I completely 100% understand that statement.
Figure out by the end of the weekend how I'm gonna cut grass in the rain. I guess.
A pontoon.
I guess because it ain't gonna stop growing, and it don't look like it's gonna stop raining either. So.
Did y'all start y'all's millet for dove?
No, we hadn't done nothing. We didn't do anything this year. Which I'm not gonna get the dove hunt this year because I got an outage that starts September 7th. So.
Man, we gotta change. We gotta change your place of working, man. Your working is your working starting to cut into my hunting.
But I mean, if I get to shoot doves, it's gonna be second season or third season.
Which I got mine planted, and I don't think it'll be this weekend. Maybe next weekend's video will be the update on my millet. I mean, it's super green, super duper green. Yeah, Jeff. We talked about the College World Series. I'm pulling for the Coastal or Murray, but I don't know if Jay's got any fight in his dog.
I don't get into baseball like I used to. I used to love it, but I don't.
See, if Georgia was playing, he'd be watching if Georgia was playing.
I ain't really into it like I used to be. Not to be political, but it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. Which this was MLB baseball. It wasn't college ball, but to have the All-Star game in Atlanta, and they ended up moving it. That just kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. So.
Yeah, I'm sure it did affect some of y'all Georgia people. Jeff, how far are you from Omaha? He says the teams are already showing up in Omaha already. Yeah, they start playing Friday, but how far are you from Omaha? Take him a couple minutes to answer on that. But yeah, I've been trying to get this podcast and the videos a little better. Some of my regular viewers, if you go back like a month ago and look at the lives, look at the quality of just me in the boat. And then after tonight, obviously you watching it live, but after tonight, 25 miles. Wow. Yeah. That's pretty close. Did you get any tickets? I imagine them tickets are ridiculous. But after even the old program, which when you hit the end button of the going live, it processes standard definition, and then it sits there and YouTube processes it to turn it into high definition, because it does take a while for that high definition to process through YouTube. But look at these video tonight, tomorrow around lunchtime, and look at the quality difference. And that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to make it a better show. I'm trying to get more people on, more guests on, more not my ugly face, and definitely trying to take the channel and making it better. That's the whole purpose. It's kind of hard to make a lot of video content of hunting when you live in South Carolina, when there ain't a whole lot of ducks. But you do the best you can. Go ahead.
Maybe this new Blue Peak camera will have us some pictures that we can.
Hey, if we figure out how to well, there ain't gonna be no. We figure it out. If I get the login and information, I'll pull it up on the. We'll pull it up on the big screen, and we'll do a live. But yeah, Jeff said he don't have no tickets yet. I bet you them tickets are astronomical. I mean, so now ain't even the World Series. You know, they're like the playoffs part. I bet you them tickets are expensive.
I tell you one thing, since you said that about tickets and stuff. The day, I think the 13th or the 15th is the cutoff. I can't really remember which one it is. But you can go to masters.com or masters.org. I can't remember which one it is.
Uh-huh.
And you can go to the lottery to get the Masters tickets for next year.
Really?
They went up. Uh, I know at one time, I think the practice round tickets went to like $75 a piece. I think they've went up this year from what I've heard some people say for the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday tickets. I think they went up to $200 a piece. But that is one place that anybody that likes the outdoors and stuff, you need to see that place one time in person.
Yeah, the way they do the flowers and azaleas and stuff are amazing.
It's crazy. They have a complete separate greenhouse for that place in case we have cold weather when they have it and frost kills blooms on azaleas. They can replant them
Yeah.
overnight.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It is amazing to see that place that that you can manicure something that large and make it look like that.
So I pulled the ticket prices up, Jeff. I mean, if I was only 25 miles away, I would, well, I would definitely go to the South Carolina game, and that's not bad. $98, $125 a seat. Now, granted, the gray in this picture is already sold out. There is no seating in the lower section completely around that stadium. The only thing that left is the upper deck. And there's not a whole lot of tickets left. 10 tickets, 16. Like, each one I'm going through is the sections. So 10, I mean, it is selling out quick. And then you got the different games. So the 6 p.m. one, which is, heck, I'd have to look who was playing at that. I know Coastal was at 1. The 6 p.m., there's a whole lot more tickets. I mean, $100 for pre-college, not pre-college, but pre-World Series is pretty good. So let's go down here to the World Series date, which would be next Saturday. I imagine them tickets would be more.
They're not going to be as cheap.
I'm actually surprised that there's even tickets left. 300, 400. Now that's what I'm talking about. Closer to the home plate, $600, $700. Yeah.
Well, one reason you still got tickets left on that is because they don't know who's going to be in it yet.
That is very true. But the people that's going there, that's going to be going to the game, that's going to be traveling, they're probably, I mean, you're going to go that far. I mean, what the heck, getting tickets. But even the upper deck's pretty high for that. Sunday's game probably would be the same as Saturday's. Yeah, about the same prices. So Jeff is saying LSU and Arkansas. Yeah, that's going to be tough, Jeff. That's definitely a I agree, because them were the two lowest or the lowest number but the highest ranked teams playing. So Friday is Coastal in Arizona, which, I mean, that's what I was saying earlier, Jeff. Coastal Carolina is like the bad news Bears, man. You can't count them out. And then 6 o'clock, which was cheaper tickets, was the Louisville and Oregon. And then whoever plays that then goes to the Murray and the UCLA game. I'm really pulling for Murray State. I mean, the underdogs, if you pulling for an underdog, Murray State is definitely the underdogs. It wouldn't matter who makes it that far, sir. Yeah, it will. But I forgot how big their stadium was. It was really small. Well, that's football. I clearly typed in baseball and it gives me football. Let's see. They want some tracking cookies. Let's see here. In 2014, the lights and the grandstands were built. How many people can it hold? I saw statistics earlier somewhere today about it. But they played a heck of a game the other night. I'm not even going to lie. I really enjoyed watching them play. So we'll see after this weekend how the baseball shakes out. But all right, well, you got anything else you want to talk about before we get off?
That's about it.
Well, figure out that camera because we need to get all the kinks worked out of it before you go. Which you can't really activate it yet.
No, I would say I would activate it and piddle with it this weekend, but
yeah, you activate it, you're gonna have to pay the subscription plan.
We'll definitely find out whether it's waterproof or
not. If you look to the left, you're gonna see water. If you look to the right, you will also see water. Yeah, I agree. It's gonna rain. I mean, I don't recall it ever being this wet.
No, not this time of year.
I mean, my millet is looking amazingly green. It's just not tall. Like it probably hadn't had the sunlight to grow. I mean, honestly.
Brown top or Pro Soul?
Brown top, and I mixed it with wheat. I threw some wheat out too.
It should get up. It won't get waist high, but I mean it'll.
Yeah.
Well, it will get waist high.
Yeah. I mean, it's got some spots that got some pretty good height to it, but some of the other spots not so great. But well, I appreciate you coming on, man.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. Well,
and go get you some shirts.
That's right. So y'all, I can always pull that up on the camera over here, you know. RD Reynolds Outdoors.com. You can get you some merch, some really good shirts. My internet's slow. My son must be playing downstairs he's got them virtual glasses. Man, I'll tell you, I put them things on, the whole world spins. But yeah, here you can find all kind of shirts in different colors. That's the one Jay's got on tonight. Different colors. Wonder why sometimes the picture loads on some and not on some of the other colors. Gonna have to put in a feature request. But definitely got a bunch of different shirts out there to choose from. You can get you a sticker. So it's RD Reynolds Outdoors.com, and it'll take you to here. You can get all kind of stuff. So, but well, I appreciate you coming on, and you know, until next week. Like I said, next week we will have another special guest on next week to see what Thomas is up to. He's got his own YouTube channel. He's got a lot of great videos. So I had him on. It was probably about a year ago. So it'd be good to catch an update on what he's been up to. So all right. Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember next week, 8:00, just like every Wednesday. So join us next week at 8:00, and thank you, God, for letting us be outside and enjoy the outdoors that you gave us. And here's a word from our sponsors, and I'll see y'all next week. Matthew Knight with Satura Investors out of Charlotte. There's the information, the link to his website is scrolling across the banner down at the bottom, and it's also in the description. Today's episode is about helping business owners and working professionals like you who share a passion for the outdoors, shooting sports, zeroing them in to their long-term financial goals. So if you need any information or contact or any other questions, contact Matthew. Also, go check out Salt Creek Ammo. This triple curl TSS is some of the best TSS I have ever shot. This is for waterfowl edition. It's made for waterfowl. So if you're going to shoot a species that you've been chasing for a long time, don't use no cheap ammo. You pay good money to go on a trip. You got great guns. Don't cheap out on cheap ammunition. This TSS is amazing. It's got number 7s, number 8s, and he has number 9s. So go check out saltcreekammo.com. Here you will find any kind of ammo you're looking for. He has custom loads, TSS in 10 gauge, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, low pressure ammunition. You got Predator ammunition, turkey ammunition, anything you're looking for, give Keith a call. Also to the channel, Kicks Industries, most people will know them as Kick Chokes, has came on board, and I have done a bunch of series lately on waterfowl choke tubes, turkey choke tubes, deer choke tubes. So go check out Kick's website for all of the chokes that can fit your guns. Flint Ridge Hauling Service, LLC, has partnered up with the channel. It is your go-to provider for all your hauling needs. They are not just any hauling service. They are an active DOT interstate hotshot hauling provider. Flint Ridge Service, LLC, prides itself in its reliable transportation services. This team ensures that your cargo is delivered safely and on time no matter the distance. Whether you need to transport goods across the county or state line, they have the capacity and the expertise to meet your hauling needs. Equipped with a smooth riding 40-foot air ride equipped trailer and a max hauling capacity of 20,000 pounds, there's no load too big or too small that they can't handle. Look no further than Flint Ridge Hauling Service, LLC.